about being a member of the Information Society? That's a difficult question because I didn't know we were in the Information Society.
Beautiful morning here in central Iowa this morning. Nothing but blue sky, well, except for, I guess there's a little cloud right up in there. But other than that, blue sky, the sun is out, not nearly as humid, at least so far today. And I think it's only supposed to be in the lower to middle 80s this week. I think 85 today, something like that. But if it's not as humid, that's not bad. And today, getting back to work on the Bronco here, and I think where I'm going to start is I'm going to get these corners knocked out of here and figure out exactly what I need to do with that. Like I've said in previous videos, I don't think it matters if these are rounded like this. I think you could probably just go straight across or make a right angle back in there. And I may have to run and get some metal for that. I'm not sure. I'll have to see what I have over here. But I don't think it'll take much to get those knocked out of there. There's just not a whole lot holding them in at the moment. Get those out. I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and just replace those right now or get that corner, and get the holes out of the wheel wells. Just get everything cut out that needs to be cut out. This needs cut out back here as well. Kind of the same thing over here on this side. This side, well, I guess I already replaced this over on that side, but need to cut all that out. This here, little patch in there, and I'm not sure what the front of it looks like. Yeah, not sure how solid that is. I'm gonna have to take a little look at that. But I'll get those corners knocked out of there, and we're gonna start patching this thing back together. And like I've said before, really doesn't have to look awesome. It's all going to be covered up anyway, so you're not going to see it. Just want it to be solid. And I'll probably show doing some of this. However, I've already shown doing that before, and I don't want to keep showing the same thing over and over and over. It's not real exciting. It's a lot of just cutting, grinding, welding, and getting things to fit in place. Get all that done, and then we're going to move back here to this rear sill, and we're going to get all this taken care of. Once that's done, then get going on mounting up some quarter panel, getting all this painted up in here, inside of the doors, get the doors mounted back on, front fender. It's going to be looking pretty sharp. At least that's the plan. So I've been making a little progress here. Got the, not cutting out the whole corner. This is all down in here, even though it may not look like it right here. This is solid metal here. So I cut out this top section and also down here around the bottom. And then I sanded back along all the edges. This in here I want to keep, and I kept this corner right up here. So I'll fit some pieces in here. Don't know if I'm going to do that today or not. And this is what it looks like on the outside. Got to figure something out in here and get all this filled in. This is all going to be covered up by the quarter panel, but need to get something going from up here down to the rocker panel, I believe. But I got that all cut out, and I may just go ahead and cut this out so I can patch that hole, and then there's one on the back side like I showed before. And then those will all be cut out and ready, just ready to be filled in. And I got this metal to do that with. Bought this a while back, but this is so thin. I think this might be like 22 gauge or something like that, which I think some newer vehicles are probably made with this stuff. But in my opinion, this is just be easy to form, but pretty darn thin. Got a bunch of other stuff back here. I may be able to use that, or if nothing else, I really need to clean this up in here. If nothing else, I've got some hoods over here. I've got 3 hoods. One of them's the original hood off my green truck. It's in the back. It's really in good shape except for that lip across the front. It was starting to rust on the inside. That's the hood off of the Bronco. The one behind it's the one off of the flare side. Lots of good metal in there. I could cut a chunk out of that, or one of the original doors off of my green truck, or I could probably, I mean, there's still a lot of good metal on there. For the most part, they're not in too bad a shape. Just rusty up around the wheel well, like what happens on most of these old Ford trucks. So I think I have some metal laying around I can use. Just gonna have to cut chunks out. So I think I'm gonna continue on here. Like I said, I think I'm gonna cut these out, and that way this side is ready to start filling in with new metal. So I got this cut out, got the one up in the front cut out as well. And this side is pretty much ready to be patched up. There's still a little work up on the corner up here that I need to do and figure out how I'm gonna fit everything together up there. But right now, I am going to just put a little weld through primer on this bare metal just to protect it a little bit. It's so humid out and everything, I don't want it to start rusting. Not that I couldn't sand it off right away, but gonna put weld through primer on there anyway, so. Gonna finish doing that to the rest of the bare metal that I just sanded all the paint off of, and then she's ready to start putting some patches in. Not sure if I'm gonna go ahead and do this side and then start on that side, or if I'm gonna go over here and cut all that out as well. Kind of in a groove right now of cutting metal out, so I may just keep on doing that. However, right now I need to run to the post office. I need to get some more stamps. Got some channel stickers that I need to send out. And if you're interested in a channel sticker of your very own, or a t-shirt, hoodie, anything like that, links are down below for that stuff. Also, while I'm at it, if you have a license plate for the license plate wall, or anything else for that matter that you'd like to send into the Fox Shop, address down in the description. Back from the post office, got my stamps, got stickers sent off, and now we'll get back to work on this thing. I did get the weld through primer sprayed on all the bare metal that I just opened up. Now I'm going to come over to this side, pretty much do the same thing. Got to take this little piece off, which I did over here as well. It was spot welded on like that. Just drilling those spot welds out, dropping it off. Well, got that out. That was a little tougher than the other side. I don't think I got quite right in the middle of the spot welds on this one. Now I can get in here and cut this out. Well, I started cutting that out from the inside, and I forgot that this inner wheelhouse was still attached. So I'm gonna have to come out here and get this off. I'm probably just gonna tear this off with the air chisel, and then I can get back to cutting that chunk of metal out. Well, got that out of there, and I bet that didn't take 2 minutes. Basically, just took the air chisel to it, cut right through some of the spot welds that were holding it on, and most of that's going to be cut out anyway, so really didn't care what happened. So now I'm going to get busy cutting these pieces out. So we've got this side pretty much cut out, a little more rot over here on this side. And this up here where it looks like it's all rusted out, that really isn't bad. There's a good metal under that. It's mostly surface rust. Anyway, got this all cut out. I got the bad parts of stuff all cut out. And then we're gonna start welding in new metal here. pretty big chunk over here on this side that has to be replaced. And then we're gonna move back here to the rear sill. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with this. I have a guy that is trying to get one of these for me off of a Bronco that's being scrapped. But we'll see. If he doesn't come through with that, I think this center section here from right over, about in here somewhere, and over in here somewhere, this part's okay, I think. Just gonna have to figure something out here on the ends. It's very time consuming doing all of this, and but I'm gonna get new metal welded in there. Gonna move back to the back, and then we'll get these sides all done, quarter panels on, and like I said, she's gonna start looking good again. And I was wanting to have this all done before harvest, which will start probably towards the end of September. I don't know if we're gonna make that or not. It seems like all the projects I do are up against bean harvest, so it might make it. I don't know for sure, but we're gonna try. The problem is if we get up against bean harvest and then corn harvest after that, we're looking probably close to November before we can do any painting. And a lot of times in November, it's just not warm enough out to paint. We do have days that are warm enough, so it's a possibility, but we'll have to see how things go. So hopefully in the next video, we're gonna be welding all this up. We're gonna get all this stuff welded up, solid and secure. That's gonna do it for this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.